Hello, welcome to Your View. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Hello, ladies.
Hello, Mariah.
How you guys doing?
We're good.
Good. Well, fantastic.
Mariam, I'm not seeing you. Okay, I've seen you this week.
You saw me yesterday. I'm
Yeah.
fine, thank you. Yesterday was Obiajulu's birthday, so we went to the movies and we stopped by a restaurant. We had
Don't say
fun.
by a restaurant. That's not a by a restaurant.
Okay.
That's tea room. As when we got there, I realized, I'm like, this is a perfect place. This is where Mariah would love.
Yeah,
like,
that's
it
what
was
I'm saying.
so girly and all of that. I didn't plan for it. I was thinking movie, but Mariam was saying that the tea room was a really, really cool place that we should visit. I think that, and I saw a lot of young ladies there. And what occurred to me was the minimum order you can make to take pictures, which is why most people go there, is 7,000 naira. And these young girls would have gathered their money for the experience. They would go there. And in my head, I was wondering, when you ask these girls to invest money in a training or into buying a book, they don't have it. But because they want to take pictures to post online, they would go there to eat.
Yeah, but I also want to shout out to the lovely hostess that took care of us, Bianca. We said we were going to shout out to her. She was so shy. She was like, oh, no, don't call my name. So Bianca was really nice to us. But I like the style that this particular restaurant is doing by charging people. Well, not charging you to take pictures, but saying that you must spend a minimum of 7,000 before you can take pictures. It's a lovely place. Yeah. So you can imagine that a lot of people just throng there and just take pictures without doing anything. And it costs a lot of money to set up a place like that. So I think it's a smart move.
You guys had fun though.
We did.
I was a better girl. Did she have fun?
She seemed to be excited. She seemed like she had a lot of fun.
Nigerian movies, Mariah, please, let's just stick to watching American movies when we go to the cinema.
No, let's not say that.
Don't say that.
I
take exception to that.
No, it was tough to watch the movie we watched.
On my behalf.
We watched a particular one. It was
tough.
Horrible. It was tough. It was hard. You know, by the time we finished, everybody in the screening room was like, "Ah, God, that was so tough." But we pray for them that they will do better.
But they are good ones. I don't know how you guys miss it. For me, you know, I don't do cinemas. I watch them in the comfort of my house on the box office, and it's really nice.
You should know by now the kind of movies you know in the cinemas.
Yeah.
No, this is a well-hyped.
All the
celebrity
all
actors were all in it. I'm telling you, it was really sad.
It was just a cameo. Everybody was just cameoing around.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil the market.
Yeah, so we won't say the name, but
it could be better. I'm good. I'm very, very good.
How's the natural hair going?
The natural hair journey is interesting. I am actually thinking that for next month I won't do wig, just to support YK.
Oh, great.
And yes, I'm a people pleaser, and I've owned it. Before, at the point, I didn't understand that I am like that, but now, then I wanted to rebel, but now I've owned it. I know that YK is very sensitive about it. Yes, YK is very, and I tend to want to say that because I want to please people, I'm going to, anything you say I should do, I will fight it. But now, YK wants us to push the brand of natural hair. YK wants us to project it in a way that...
The way I see YK, more importantly, she wants you to be authentic. So don't just do it to please YK. Do it because this is what you want to do.
It will cost you.
Trust me, I understand where she's coming from.
Yeah, anything you do will cost you a bit. So it will be convenient for me to wig up, but if it would further a positive cost long term, then I would bear the journey so that we can put a positive image of natural hair out there for our viewers to see.
You deserve a clap.
Right, like you go, girl,
I have a response to that. So rather than please YK, own your Africanness. Be genuine, love how you're made by God, and it will be easy. So I shouted out to Obiajulu for her birthday yesterday. I couldn't continue, but I saw a beautiful woman who just didn't. Because really, these excuses of all this beauty and all the excuses of how beauty should be.
Don't start this conversation.
Please. No. It goes down. It's the root of the problem that I'm talking about.
Don't please YK.
Just love being African.
I'm pleasing YK and I'm being African.
Beautiful African woman.
I understand what she means by pleasing, because the truth, there's some people
YK wouldn't love
it's not about
that.
me. I understand her, because there are some people like I am, that's just God just created us like that, where we like to let everybody be happy. We want everybody to be happy. We want you to be happy. So I can understand where she's coming from, where, okay, you've made a point about this, and I'm willing to, because I accept your offer.
Mariah, you know this is a big conversation, because this is something I struggle with, which is I'm a people pleaser, but I've been learning from people that know better to stay,
When you
away,
draw
you know,
the line.
to do less of that.
Right.
So here I am hearing two people sort of advocating it when meanwhile I've been on a journey to be less of that.
Don't worry,
you know?
we've been there.
So
I've been there. I've actually been there.
Okay,
I became
so
a rebel at a point.
maybe we will strike a balance. I'm not saying we should totally try to please everybody.
Yeah.
That's impossible.
Yeah.
But I
And
think
don't
what I'm
displease
hearing,
yourself.
what
I'm
I'm
not
hearing is
displeasing
that
myself.
once you accept what's been told to you, what they told you, this is what you should do, and you think it makes sense, you can actually do it. But some people, just because you want to prove that I'm not accepting what you're saying, we rebel.
Those are-
And we choose not to.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying not to do. So I think I can understand where she's coming from. But it's Thursdays, just in there, we're talking about
you doing?
success, right?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. My guests are home, and like it was yabbing us that why are we the ones speaking for them when they are supposed to want learning? So we started playing Tope Labi.
okay.
The house is
what's that?
saturated with Tope Labi. So they are hell Bogon, I mean Logon Tiode.
Yeah.
Everybody's singing
Everybody's
Logon
worshiping.
Tiode. So
That's good.
At least they'll go back with Logon Tiode.
Kids.
Everybody, yeah, with the kids,
Oh,
yeah.
my
Everybody. The house is a
goodness.
full house. It's a full
And my
house.
kids come on Thursday, on Saturday.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they love that. They've been
The
begging
house
me
is full.
since.
I had lots of money. I had to spend lots of pizza money and all that, but it's all good. Hey, I like it. Yeah, you know, because the house, the kids, when the kids are in the house, and because me, I like junk food. Because the kids are in the house, I'm happy. And after
So you
buying
now
all
have
this
an
cheese, crackers, you know, the house is just full of things that I like, you know.
Good.
But
I've
it's
never
cool.
had that. I would like to. I'm sure the face would come. I've never been in a full house.
Yeah, with the
when
kids.
I was young, I was growing up alone. As an adult, my husband and I are lone
yeah.
rangers.
Yeah.
So I've not been in that space where you have everybody around, you have visitors.
There's a friend I had, Crystal Chigwo. She's one of those out on a limb, which is coming up pretty soon, actually. A house, minimum 20 children, minimum. Every day. She just, you know, she has out on a limb where her daughter, her limbs were off, and they have this thing where they do a walk every year. Almost every weekend, people just dump kids with her, and she loves it. She fry plantain, chips,
so nice.
sausages, eggs. Everybody will be there eating. The kids noise. I was, how did she,
I
how
don't
did she
know.
do
I
this?
can do that like once a year, please. I can't do
What?
that every
This girl
weekend.
does it every weekend. I don't know how it is in her new house. She's moved out of my house. So it's normal to you.
No, it's not.
You don't do that.
My house is very light. Just my 2 children. If you bring a child, I'll take everybody out. I can't
You can't do,
can't do
yeah.
more than 2.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
so I'm learning to. I'm actually liking it. I like the noise, the
Conversation.
yeah. You know, hear the kids talking. You just hear them at the corner having a talk, and they're really talking. And I'm like, killing son, not good. All right, let's go on a break. When we come back, it's Thursday. We'll go through the front pages of the newspaper. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying. We're going to start with The Nation this morning. Senate President Buhari, APC leaders pacify Goje. Governor Ndumi, others meet. APC senators-elect who PDP colleagues. Federal government, states, local government are sharing 619.857 billion. They had a effect meeting yesterday, and the sharing has started. Killer of ex-Ondo deputy governor's daughter to die. Tinubu is a pillar of democracy, says Buhari. Africa loses $2.4 trillion yearly to diseases. And FEC OK is 1.4 billion naira for DPR building. Okay.
Happy birthday to Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Right? It's
Yeah,
today,
they're having this colloquium
So
in
this
Abuja.
colloquium is going to take place today. I feel we've attended twice, and it's usually very enlightening. You get to know a lot about the intricacies of politics, and you know.
People get to talk.
Yes.
Different people get to talk.
Right,
It's a colloquium, people get to talk.
People
yeah.
get to talk, but also, you know, we see people outside, but we don't know the backstory. So usually you get to understand how their relationship with this man helps them, or how they've leveraged, or how, you know, you just hear a whole lot of accolades directed to this person with a breakdown of the impact on their life. So yeah, happy birthday to Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
happy
Good job.
birthday,
But I want to
sir.
talk about, follow up on my story that I was taking since yesterday. The Senate politicking towards picking the Senate president. And the presidency this time is personally involved. He called a meeting, involved everybody, personally coordinated, according to The Nation, the process of agreeing towards the Senate president that the caucus, the quorum, everybody is at
Within
one.
his party.
And within his party, this is the person we're going to. Even Ndume, who spoke up yesterday, has been appealed to by his governor and everybody to say that let us have one voice, because I realized that this current Senate had a lot of issues with the executive. I don't want the Senate rubber stamping the executive, but I don't want it to also be an impediment to the process of getting us proper democratic process. So I'm happy that we're trying to make it work. And also APC is trying to work with PDP in also making this entire thing.
And there's also an issue with the speaker also. We thought was Gbajabiamila had already sealed through, but right now there's still internal issues trying to figure out if he's going to become the speaker or vis-a-vis who's going to be the deputy Senate president. So we'll see how that goes. Let's move on now to The Punch. Withheld certificates of return. Zamfara APC governor-elect others write INEC and head for Supreme Court. Picture here of our Nigerian story. An overloaded truck on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway on Wednesday. Just an interesting picture. Poor funding of Auditor General's office boosting corruption, says Senate. Truck kills Ogun people as thug drags steering wheel with driver. Killer of ex-Ondo deputy governor's daughter sentenced to death. Approximately 41,000 voters to decide Adamawa's next governor today. And our decision on Lawan is final, says APC. Let's talk about this young boy that died.
Okay,
yes.
so this woman, Temi Odejimi, just lost her 13-year-old son, Michael. Very sad story. He's a student of Sun City College in Ogun State. On his way back from school in the Keke Marwa, this bus, while this bus driver, while sort of arguing with thugs, you know these thugs, they call them Agberos, that stopped to collect 100 naira, 50 naira from the bus driver, and the driver wouldn't give it to him. So he got into the car, I think through the window, and was dragging the steering wheel with the driver, and they ran into the Keke Marwa that this poor boy was in, and he lost his life right there. The driver also, you know, was caught in the wreck, and another passenger. The driver eventually also died, but the other passenger is still in hospital. This is such a sad story, a waste of life,
it's
avoidable.
What's even more painful? This boy is an only child.
Yes.
His father lives abroad. The mother is there. SS1 student.
Yes.
He obviously was going ahead with his life. A young boy, if you see the picture of this young boy, very painful death that was totally unavoidable. Now, who do you hold responsible? Exactly.
Parents in the neighborhood, parents in the neighborhood came out to protest with placards saying, you know, enough of these touts, that they do this all the time. But really, as you said, how do you compensate? Who do you hold?
This is beyond compensation.
Yeah.
So what is important now is that somebody swings in. This is very investigative. They can find the killers, those responsible, whose actions led to this.
The Agbero himself, was he
No, it's the driver who died.
So the Agbero that started this.
They'll be
So they can find them. They can find the entire team of people who benefit from Agberoism in that area.
Another thing
I wanted to talk about the way we
another thing going forward, because usually it's sad that we wait for issues like this before we swing into action, but we can actually use this to end this entire thing.
Exactly.
I feel very bad for the parents of this boy, but I feel that they should also use this scenario, because the boy is gone, but his legacy can live on in clearing this menace that we have.
Yes.
Because we could have avoided this if we solved this Agbero problem
The boy was
long term.
He
was an innocent boy on his own. Many people have died like this based on somebody hustling and haggling over 100
Let's
naira.
connect that to
Let's connect it to the picture story. So I don't understand how an overloaded truck is actually overloaded with humans. So after putting plastic and all the whatever underneath the truck, the people sitting on top are people, actually.
This is Nigeria now.
That's the picture story. And that truck would pass through one state to another state.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to happen.
And this is broad daylight.
Yeah, broad daylight.
I was at your place yesterday. People know you're safe. Just please.
You mentioned their names.
All this truck.
That's their job.
You can't allow this kind of truck overloaded with humans.
If it's my own car now, they'll stop my car.
In fact, those police officers who stop
You stop Mercedes-Benzes.
The soldiers who stop at interstates, what are you supposed to be doing? Are you supposed to be pitying these people that they are struggling for their living? They are going to kill themselves. Any silly accident and everybody's
really
dead.
sad.
Prevention.
Really, really sad. Painful. Okay, let's move on to the Nigerian Tribune. Senate presidency, why it has to be Lawan, says APC. Killer of ex-Ondo deputy governor's daughter to die by hanging. Members of the pharaohs of Egypt boarding as the Egyptian Air Boeing 737 came to airlift them to Cairo from Asaba International Airport. 2 more parties want Buhari's election nullified. And let's see, federal government to give 6% interest loan on vehicles manufactured in Nigeria. Buhari frustrating reform of budget processes, Dogara. And Kwara governor-elect to abolish state local government joint account. Nice. Okay, which story are we taking?
Let me quickly talk about the deputy governor's daughter, former deputy governor's daughter from Ondo State, who was murdered. We took the story when it happened. Yeah. So the court has sentenced the man to death by hanging. All his alibi, all his defense failed to establish that he didn't commit. You know, initially he said two of his friends, two other guys did the murder, and it made him bury her, but he couldn't establish how he wasn't responsible. And the pathological test done on the body of the victim showed how she was strangled, beaten, broken ribs, and all that to death.
But it's interesting how this case went so fast.
And it was for ritual purposes. They could establish the shaving of certain areas of her body and certain body parts taken out for that purpose.
But again, we have cases by big men being in the courts for years.
No, the case by big men going fast.
The factors are many, Tokwe. Number one, okay, let's say, because former deputy governor, it's not because it's high profile. I think one of the states that their courts are not as congested as Lagos is Ondo, of course. It's not a major, so they have a court system that is easy, is relaxed. And then number two is the fact that this young girl, you know, was in love. She was taking advantage of young girls her age now.
I think the fact that she was the daughter of the Anyway, I want to take the fact that to reduce importation of used cars, federal government is saying that those cars manufactured in Nigeria, you get a 6% interest rate if you get a loan from the bank, which is great. And also, I think they're going to have the cars be at 10% of market share or something like that. But it's interesting to know.
So for me, you can take a loan to buy a car made in Nigeria at a 6%
interest rate.
For me, I like that. That is deliberate steps to make sure that people now begin to buy these cars. You know, usually, we pay lip service, we just encourage people, just go to the markets and do this. But then when you take steps like this, before long, this will be something that people would be driving.
That's the objective.
Okay, let's see what Vanguard is saying. National Assembly leadership, all clear for Lawan, fresh crisis brews over Gbajabiamila. Rivers, INEC plans to relocate Collation Center. It's not true, says INEC. NNPC closes recruitment portal as lawyer threatens court action over criteria. Excuse me. Presidential poll, tribunal orders service of Atiku's petition on Buhari. Polls, I wanted to read this story, I forgot to read the polls. We are under pressure to congratulate Buhari, says Khan. Who read that story? Nobody read that story.
I did it. Wow,
I like
the tribunal,
who's pressuring them to say congratulations because they criticized Buhari all through the campaign.
I don't think they should. Anyway,
I mean, do they need to?
I want to read the NNPC. Okay. So I went through the NNPC story. Currently, NNPC is doing a recruitment process, and they've stopped the first stage, which was to just get the applicants in, and now they're going to move on to the second stage, where they reach out to those that successfully scale through the basic criteria. However, a lawyer, his name is Olajengbesi. He's saying that he's going to, Mr. Polumi Olagbo said he's going to sue NNPC to court because he feels that the criteria for NNPC was in breach of fundamental rights, mainly the age. And I was thinking of what else it was about, but he just said that it was in breach of the Section 3E4 of the Fundamental Human Rights Enforcement of 2009, and that he was going to take them to court on that case. But one thing he mentioned was the age. I wish Vanguard did more in giving us the details of this case that they are trying to bring against NNPC's recruitment process, so as just to inform the
because
people.
I found it interesting because I was wondering if using your age or having an age limit is against the law when you're applying for jobs.
To see other parts.
Okay, so I quickly glanced through the story, and I kind of was pretty much saying that these elections were highly controversial, and they cannot be forced to congratulate the president, and it's almost becoming like a blackmail, saying that if you don't congratulate me, it means that you are saying you don't support his administration. And they're like, well, that's what they're saying, that's the feelers they're getting, according to them. So there are lots of pressure to congratulate the president, but they're saying they don't have to, because obviously...
Did we congratulate the president ourselves on this thing?
No.
So I don't think anybody should...
I mean, separation of state and, you know...
You don't have to...
Oh, how convenient.
Yes.
They were very loud, and we wanted them to be very loud during the campaign period. So let's not act as if separation of state.
I think they should actually congratulate him. We might not agree with everything that happened during the presidential process, but we already have a president now.
Let's
And like
focus
it or
on the
not.
important issues.
Yeah.
President should face presidency and start to
Can't you
And
face
can't you
govern?
face religion?
Yeah, they should face it. They
That's
should,
all we
they should
can
not
take on
congratulate.
front page review. So, the trending story of the little girl called Success. Everybody's been talking about it, but we haven't spoken about it. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So yesterday we celebrated women. We want to thank Imperial Crown Sparkling Red Grape Drink and Power Horse for giving us their products yesterday. They came in, we actually got the products yesterday early.
Yeah.
And we forgot to mention that we have to thank the Imperial Crown Drinks. Thank you so much. I had mine yesterday, it was really, and Power Horse. Thank you very much for supporting us yesterday. Now, do we all remember the story of Success? The little girl who was sent home for not paying her school fees. Her neighbor, who recorded the video, came out also to seek her own compensation. The young lady was demanding a token from her parents as a form of appreciation for helping Success to trend. Now, since that happened, we've also been told that she's been promised a car, and she got 500,000 naira. Yeah, and probably a job. Now, joining us on the show is the host, Bring With the Game Changers, Seyi Banigbe. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good
You
morning.
can call us on 070-806-68014. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. Right. So as I said, everybody was talking about Success, and everybody had an opinion. In fact, there's even an angle of the person that posted. Remember, the person that actually posted on Instablog is different from Stephanie, who is the one that did the recording. So there are three parties asking for compensation here. In your view, I mean, when the whole thing broke out, and we're now told that Stephanie was asking for, she didn't ask for a million naira. She's just saying that she deserves 20% of whatever it is like $1 million from 5 million naira, she deserves about 20% of whatever it is you get, you know, that is just fair. Do you agree?
So I was wondering why they were bashing her.
Okay.
You know, I was wondering why people were actually bashing her. How can she say that? How can she demand for something? How can she be saying she should get a share of what success got? And I felt, why are people bashing her? She's a Nigerian. This is what we do. When we do good, we want something. We want you to say thank you. We want you to thank you, not the thank you of mouth. Oh. When you open the door for me, you are paid to open the door. When you finish opening the door, you say thank you, and I say thank you, and they look at me like, Auntie, thank you, like, Auntie. So this is our culture. It's an environment where we feed off. Is it good? Not necessarily, but it's what we do here. And so we shouldn't isolate or bash Stephanie for asking for what she feels was due to her.
Point taken. But when we come to issues of, let's change the narrative, we are all here, we want to change how things are looked at with the perception of how things are done here. Do you think it was right for her to ask?
I don't agree with you that it's our culture. Maybe the culture around where you grew up, but my culture is not that way. The first thing that came to mind was the words that my English teacher used to use in secondary school when you did something just incredibly, unbelievably, you know. She would say, what nerve, what effrontery. How do you come on and demand money for what at first was not your plan to do, to make money? It was not like you put that girl on Instagram or on social media so that you could help her. You actually took an image of a child without the parents' permission and you put it on social media to mock her, definitely, because it wasn't like you had a laid out plan for her schooling or anything. And then for some good fortune, this happens. And then you stand in front of human, people, and they ask for 20%. Even God asked for 10%. Madam, you're asking for 20%. I mean, she had no right. She had no right to ask for it.
I hear you, but is it fair? Let me come to our guest and come to you. Is it fair? Yes, we understand what effrontery. At the same time, it's a Nigerian factor, whether you like it or not. We live in a country where everybody's looking for one opportunity or the other. Do you think it was right for her to ask for 20%?
I don't think it was right for her to ask, but I think it would have been right or proper for the families to say thank you. However, I also don't believe. I don't support. I think it's that what they call this in our society, fine bara or entitlement mentality. That idea of asking someone to park your car and say, "Good day, sir. You're welcome, sir," and is expecting you to give something for everything. It's not a culture.
Well, would you rather have it as a malice in her without even speaking it out? So she's your neighbor. You know you did this, and they've given the woman money, right? And their lives have changed. And you are angry, and you are sowing the bitterness has been sown in your spirit, and you know that you are angry at these people. Would you rather her speak up and say, okay, this is my problem, or just keep that bitterness?
But don't go on social media. Exactly. That's a family neighbor issue.
I'd hate to see us make a career of this, so people start to make video, because some widows finally did their own video. They say it was doctored. So we make a career of this. So if your objective was to do good, just do it. Yeah. But then, what you say, I see is supposed to shop.
Exactly.
Sorry? I see supposed to shop. So the family, knowing that they started making money from this thing that this girl didn't plan, like you said, or to reach out to her, not in no specific amount, say thank you in a gift way. Because this is how evil eye starts, envy starts. I made you. Your family never looked back. I brought you up. You never said thank you. And this girl is going to go places.
Instead of bashing Stephanie, we should be bashing.
We shouldn't bash anybody.
Parents. Yeah. Or at least, not looking towards Stephanie's way.
We should, in this arrangement, bash Success's parents. They are totally opportunists from beginning to the end. Hold on a minute, I'll finish. So you bring a child into the world with no specific plans, to the extent she's brought home from school at one instance or the other saying, you can beat me, but don't send me back. Okay. Don't ever put your child in that position. Irresponsible parents make these plans. And I don't like...
Hold
on. I'm building premise now. I'm building premise.
Not in the court of law.
Wait, hold on. Premise through conclusion. So, you now find out somebody saw this child. You were not even there. You couldn't have cared. Maybe she cried all the way home. You see, give her the same answer, oh, tomorrow I don't have the money. And then she sits at home. But someone made a video. And before you know it, Providence smiled on you. What they call this?
Yeah.
Fortune smiles on you, and everything just changes. And your account balance start to grow from nothing
The very minimum is
The
thank
very
you.
minimum. These are not. If you are not. So you do the needful.
Gratitude.
You show gratitude.
Okay, let me know my
Please.
I run by your
You need to
behavior only.
understand that there's a place for everything. That place of them showing gratitude to her, it's a different thing altogether, and this can be done quietly between them.
I agree. I agree.
Wait, there's also the wisdom that you can do it. Stephanie, the lady that came out, someone else could have come out on her behalf and say to these people, this girl has done this, and you should do something about it. Stephanie should not. Yes, I'm telling you, if she wanted to be wise about it, like, okay, I really need something, please, how do I do it? She would have called someone. You know, a lot of people would have jumped on the parents' case than on her, because whatever it looked bad on Stephanie. She shouldn't have known what she did.
Maybe if she had a strategy, it would have been nice, but she was just pained.
And she spoke out.
And she spoke out.
And she used the phone that she used before to speak out.
She spoke out.
I don't like that. They
However,
not give her weapon.
underlining issue in all of this is that there's poverty in our country.
Seriously.
And it cuts across Success, Stephanie, and all the neighborhood.
Thank you for being
Also,
yeah.
there is greed in our society. And it cuts across Success, Stephanie, and
You
all of
just
them.
knocked the nail. Nigerians, in your neighborhood, before all of you start to donate 1 million plus for Success, pick a child. I cannot even imagine the level of poverty I see when I'm going home.
Right.
I have 1,000 and it's not even enough for me per day, because you look at the people that you can touch their lives with. I can't even have a birthday bash and go tripping
We have to go on the
because I
break.
feel guilty at the number of people I see hungry on my way home.
Right.
So please, in your neighborhood, start small. Don't do a video, but touch people's lives.
Because I want to come to you to ask you your thoughts on now the government came in and see like it's like a star, you know, like James Bond, like
And we are
rescue
going
mission,
there.
Like they did not know.
as if they are clueless to the fact that children,
There are many
oblivious to the idea that children are going every day without going hungry and there's no school for them to go to. We'll go on a break. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
So I was asking earlier before the break that what do you think about the government jumping on this and taking opportunity to shine? Because obviously every state in this country knows that there are children that are out of school. And we now found out that they were never supposed to charge the levy. It wasn't actually for school fee, it was a levy, exam levy. And now they went to kind of suspend
Exactly.
the principal. Do you think that was a good move on the
Hypocrisy.
government's part?
I found that appalling. However, I also know that if government didn't say anything or do anything, we would have complained.
Right.
But I don't agree to them embarrassing the lady, you know, in public. That's the head of school, because I'm sure this has been going on for so long, and it's the norm. And the lady was just, you know, acting as she should have.
So this woman being accused of charging levies, if you now go to the school and see how run down the school is, you can understand why they would charge for levies, because maybe the ordinary pencils, utensils they need for the examination was not
Probably don't have
provided.
chalk. So those monies cover the chalk because nobody is sending the chalk to the schools. Even the UBE funds is not getting, not taking down to them. So we have 13.2 million children out of school in Nigeria. And the government are on, that they cannot say they're not aware of this number. So when you now do you do paparazzi, and all of you, the local government chairman went there and said, I'll give her scholarship all through, I'll give her scholarship. And I'm wondering, is Success the only child in your local government? That entire school is a government school and it is run down. Is that the only situation that you come there and you say, you do an inspection of everything, and other schools are now saying that we all do these charges.
Yes, no.
This woman is not the only one creating, she's not personally creating levies, but she hasn't been reinstated. The paper doesn't carry that story of whether she's been reinstated or not. The situations on ground hasn't even been dealt with.
For them to use this opportunity to
Scapegoat mentality.
But we know, but this is Nigeria, and this is what our government
the level of
do.
insincerity.
A building collapsed in Lagos, and all of a sudden people are on TV and on radio demolishing buildings. That is what we do.
Reactive.
All of a sudden we're playing to the gallery, and you know, but the issues on ground we would not handle. Okay, just take your call.
Let me take this call. I think it's Bukola. Thanks for calling. Are you there?
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Morning. Go ahead, please.
The show. I'm a first-time caller on the show.
Welcome.
Yeah, okay, I was going to make a comment about Success. Whether the parent, whether the girl likes it or not, without being told, our parents should have given us something. They should offer her something, no matter how little it is. So, however, it is our choice whether to take the offer or not. That is just my point.
Right, thank you. But according to what she said, I think they offered her 10%. Like 500,000 or something like that. She was saying that that's not enough.
There are different angles to it. Some said she followed the mother of the girl to, in fact, the tweet just tweeted it now, said, architect Biola says, the story is that Stephanie followed with Success Mother to the bank and withdrew 400,000, saying that, claiming that the money was to settle other people who made the video go viral. So they made a business out of this. This is why, you know, they can't put a percentage to it.
I was saying about the government in Nigeria, that is how we handle most issues. We have every day on TV, across social media, pictures of schools in the north where children are sitting on the floor. We've seen where children are eating food off paper because there are no plates. We've seen kids there's this particular one going around now in Kwara State, a building with a huge wall, a school building with a huge wall right in the middle of the class. You know, no seats, just broken down benches. So we know that there's a problem. That we're able to get 5 million for one person because of a viral video makes me even sad. Because it didn't make me happy. I was not happy. I was sad. I'm like, so we can come together to do something like this.
And we could have done for all the students in school.
Thank you for the schools.
$100 million in account and then start to send that money across.
Mentality. That is why a government official will get into office and steal funds to take care of himself. That is why the road will be bad or the street is bad, but you will save money, buy a bigger Jeep so that you will go through the potholes without having issues. Rather than us fixing the problem, we sort individuals. And long-term success cannot happen like that. We need to start working together.
I have a couple Worry. Thanks for calling. Are you there?
Oh, Worry.
Vigo,
go ahead, please.
Yes, Vigo. I'm Vigo from Delta State.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Mogara, precisely.
Worry?
Yes.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so I'm the first caller.
Welcome to the show.
And also today is my birthday too.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. So as regards this girl, I think the girl is, though it's natural that she needs money, but the deputy speaker of Delta State, Osanede, just gave her 500,000 naira. And one of the actors also gave her a brand new car. So I don't really see why she's driving for 20%.
I think it was after.
That was after she did the video.
What is she doing with the brand new car?
Drive it.
They even said that they'll give her a job and all of that.
You see, this is where we miss
That's
it.
how we celebrate militants.
So, you know, I said I fear that the act of good becomes a career that people do with this objective. So you make a video to project an ill in the society, and then you make money out of it. This one not be career, or this one is selfishness. The government of Delta State, I wanted to call them out when I saw this. Aside from calling out all those people who decided to jump on this popular thing and do good, rather than do good in their small.
We've forgotten the lady that actually posted on Instagram. She's claiming something.
That one is the one that they collect money to go and settle that the people that posted the video. The girl took 400K for that purpose. Let me land this point. The government of Delta State is one of the oil producing states. I think the second highest earner from the federal account. You'll be shocked that Aregbe did more in education in Osun State, that they are broke and they are paying half salaries compared to his state, with the state of that school, public school building.
Terrible.
The buildings in Lagos, because when the building school collapsed in Lagos Island, I went to the ministry and we were discussing. Someone from Lagos, from Okikuku, your people there, were saying the public schools within that area where it happened were world class compared to where they put those children.
Multi-story buildings, well built.
And you see that parents will say, okay, I don't want to try to go to that kind of public school because it's public school. And yet you see Delta State of all states,
having that,
where you have the millionaires, you have, oil producing, and their government do not have a proper projection of what they want education to be, to the extent it comes out, and all they can do is find that head teacher.
And punish them.
Beauty of their omission and default in carrying out their own lawful duties. I'm calling out the governor for this. If in the next dispensation, because he's been re-elected, he doesn't do something holistically across board for all public schools in that state, it means that they are insincere and selfish about what they're doing there.
Yakub, are you still there?
No, I am there.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning to you all. Morayo, let me say something else now before I go to the point, to the topic. Morayo, I think when it comes to the Father's Day, I hope you are not going to do partiality.
Yes,
so you invite us as well because we have our own story to tell.
Yes, I like that.
Let me go to the point. I think I agree with Miriam, if I'm not mistaken. You see, these girls that post this video on the social media, what was our intention to do that in the first place? Is it to mock the small lady or to mock the family as a whole? Because you are not doing this thing to expect anything from anybody. But the thing turned to become a success at the name of the little lady. So now you are not asking for money. If you are doing good, expect good from God Almighty Allah, not from those family. And then back to the government. Sister Anima, I can tell you this. It is unfortunately that we are going to find ourselves in this kind of situation for a long period because our government are not paying attention to the primary school. Even here in Lagos, if you go to some primary schools, Sister Anima, you will share care because you find out that the environment is not even good at all. Why? Because their children are not attend those schools. That is it. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you. So we need to round up on this segment.
Okay, yes, I want to just quickly round up with this. You know, we always talk about how people who go for reality shows like the Big Brother, they get all sorts of compensations and endorsements, and then we do not see that same thing happen with those who are doing well in education. You know, you have people that go for maths competition, English, and they end up getting like 20K check or a laptop. And I see it with this case, as you are saying, we're going to make a career of putting children on Instagram or social media and then making money from it. And secondly, I wanted to ask Nima, as just a lawyer, isn't it wrong for her to take the image of someone's child without their permission and put it on social media? You can't even take a picture of my child.
If the parents had a problem with it, then it's actionable. But you see them, all of them benefiting from it.
So I just one last word, please. The government, I think the right thing for the government to have done for Stephanie was to offer a job, not just give her money and throw money into the situation. Because what we're doing is profit. We're creating a profit for something that is not a good thing. So we have people that do Agberus or Boko Haram or militants say that we'll drop ammunition after doing something bad and expect a reward for it. We shouldn't reward what we believe is wrong.
Let me let you have the last word. What are your general thoughts on this success?
I think I would say Nigerians should not be quick to forget. So let's leave the government. We're so eager and passionate to retweet. Oh, look at this younger youth. I think that same passion we should put in retweeting. Tell government, what have you done about your educational system? And kids, if all of us stay at them that way, with that passion we're retweeting, something will be done.
Fantastic. We can end with that. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll discuss a story that we found very, very disturbing online. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So an issue caught our attention on social media where a 4-month-old pregnant woman who was advised by a doctor to be on bed rest and avoid intimacy with her husband. They found her, however, this woman found her husband on top of her own mother. When she confronted her mother, she said she was holding her husband from cheating.
The way you say the story, you know,
I'm just touchy. I'm trying to imagine it. She's holding her husband from cheating.
Yeah, preventing her husband from going out to cheat. So she's keeping him in the family is what she's talking about.
Keeping it.
Okay, she's keeping it.
in the family. Keeping it in the family.
Yes.
Keep cheating in the family.
You can call us on 070-8066-8014. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets.
All
It didn't sound right.
All shades of wrong. All shades covered. Everything that should not be done.
But this is the problem when you have a really pretty mom.
Oh, God.
That was my first thought, that she must be a stunner.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
When your mom is really, I mean, come on, man.
22-year-old.
Your mom is like your mom is very pretty. You work together. I think you're sisters.
I'm just looking at Mo.
I'm just saying, but what do you make of? Let me start with you. What do you make of this story?
First, I think the mom must be a stunner. Second,
oh God,
reading
Inside 56, yeah. But reading the whole thing, I'm thinking, when they were caught, what got to me is he slapped the wife.
She slapped
should
her
have...
mother. She slapped her mother, so in defense of his lover.
So he was defending the mother. You know, and I'm thinking at that point you should be kneeling down or saying, you know, sweetheart, I'm sorry. But so as a woman, for me, that's actually what I hold on to, that you were caught in the act and then the next action was to slap him because of her. It's over. That means you are not in this, really, we're not a team.
You prefer...
Yeah, there's something, yeah.
Yes. And I'm happy you picked on that, because for me, I just felt that, I felt whatever it is, she's pregnant. We had a show just this week or last week, and I mentioned how we blame women for everything, and that even when a man cannot control himself, the woman is blamed. So a woman is carrying it for the team, because a family is a team. So husband, wife, you have a kid, and she's having to stay away from probably everything she loves because she wants to keep this child for the team. And you couldn't hold yourself. You went after the next mother. You didn't even, like, you know, it's really, really bad, because the mom must probably have been there to help her out during the pregnancy. So yes, it's all shades of wrong. However, this is not the first time it's happening, apparently. Yeah. When the story came out, I was thinking, no, this is an abomination. How can a woman sleep with her son's daughter's husband? And it just didn't make sense. But Mariam was saying, oh, somebody jumped out of it happened in New York. Then another person said it happened somewhere else. So it's happening everywhere, and the stories, the excuses are the same. The women, the mothers, feel that they are doing this to prevent their in-laws from going out. Now, that's the issue. Why can't we expect men to be faithful? Why are women now? Why are we now
babies?
Yes.
Would you forgive your mother in that kind of situation? Let me throw that at you. In that kind of situation where it just happened, your mother is single, she's been husbandless for forever. Your father died, your own dad died at a pretty young age. She's died at the age of 5. You never met your father. You knew she's been lonely all her life.
And he's
your son hanging there. And your husband became her son. She only has daughters, for example. She has maybe 3 girls. And your husband, you're the first to get married. You know, there's a man in the picture. He's very caring, he loves, and he has just done been the new husbandish for your mom. And he's been very caring. And your mom just happened to just make this mistake. I'm throwing it at you. Would you forgive her?
Okay, so 2 things I'll do. First is I'll forgive her not because of her, because of me. Because forgiveness is a cancer. And I won't want her to, you know. But secondly, I'll get her a boo. Like, because she become a menace to society. I think she'll need to get hooked up, you know. So I'll find her
So you forgive her and move on.
So you still have a relationship.
You won't be close, though. I can't trust you anymore with anything, you know. So,
but you retain the relationship with your husband?
No,
don't bring that topic here. That's a different...
No, for me, that is... You know, the way I will forgive, because it is the healthiest thing to do, and it's good for your own sanity to forgive and let that issue go. Relationship would be now... There will be boundaries to that relationship with the mother going forward. For me, relationship with the man is over. You know, it's over. Yeah. It's over. Cheating outside, you can even say, oh, even something happened. But cheating with my mother... I've never reasoned it before, but this one's deal breaker.
Yeah, 4 months pregnant and you're jobless.
See, Morayo,
those are factors.
If those factors come in, I will honestly, and I do not support abortion, but I don't want to say that story to my child ever. To say that this is what caused this breakup. So I'd rather not have that child than have to explain this is what happened. My mother did this abomination with your father, and that was why. It is a story. No, there's no way you will build the child's self-esteem. The child already has a story.
Okay, let's separate it again, as I always do. Separate the issues. It wasn't like that when you got pregnant. You got married. You didn't find out before you got pregnant.
You don't tell the child.
No, that's it. That's what you're going to work at. Yeah. So you said forgive. You are going to have to work at a lot of things now. You are going to have to deal with a lot of things you didn't plan. So number 1, put the important things in priority. The child's welfare, everything about that child and your children, if you had another child before that child, in that arrangement. Yes, money is not everything, and the man might want to fight back and punish you because you're not empowered, but you can't stay in that marriage. 2 irresponsible, most trusted family, who should be your support system, betray you in such a way, step out.
Okay, let me take this one from Chidi. Chidi, are you there? Thanks for calling.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, go ahead, please.
Please, I want to, first of all, comment on the first issue, then I will comment on the second one.
Go ahead.
Stephanie,
One by two.
for me, if I want to describe her, I would describe her, sorry with due respect, as a greedy human being
Chai.
and a thief. Because greediness leads to stealing. Greediness leads to stealing. If you are greedy, there is the tendency that you will steal one day. So she should, just like Nima said, she should have gone through people to tell them to give her something on that issue. Then the second one is that you made mention of a woman catching her husband on top of her own mother. It's an abomination anyway. We know that it's an abomination. I wonder what they are doing. Is it the Holy Communion, or they are playing, or they are... I can't just imagine. But for me, it's an abomination. Then the child is innocent. If the man is the owner of the pregnancy, then why do you kill the child, touch the innocent child? Because that person is still the father. But if the child is not from him, then you can talk about even. There's no need to kill a human being.
All right, thank you very much. So what Toko was saying earlier was the difficult conversation you're having. Let me come to you. In future, where your child grows up, okay, where is grandma? Grandma is here, and he has a fantastic relationship with his grandma. And he keeps asking the question of, where's my dad? Why didn't you guys stay together? What happened? Would you now tell your child that, oh, because grandma, who you love with all your heart, did X, Y, Z with your father, and that's why I had to break it off. Is that the kind of conversation a woman is willing to have in future?
I would just, tell my child when he's old enough or your dad cheated and I couldn't handle it. But I know society will tell that child eventually.
Exactly.
But I'll leave it for society to tell. But for at least for as long as I can keep it, I'll just say he cheated. That's enough information.
Society might not even tell.
I agree with you, like, with a child, and it's not just concerning cheating like that. So many things have happened in a child's life when the child was born that you wait until the child is old enough.
Women have to be empowered. I do not agree to women, so every woman not having a source of income. You have to. You cannot. You allow someone fund everything about you, then you've given your life to that person. You're not. You're no more human. You don't have will anymore. That person controls you, and I don't think anybody should have that much hold over you.
But it can happen for a while. It can happen for a while when you are not working, but you should have capacity to generate. So if life happens to you, you can step up and make it happen.
Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll take another story. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks to story. Another painful story that caught our attention online was of an ex-beauty queen who passed on after attempting to do surgery. I think it was a liposuction or was it a butt enlargement, which is pretty popular these days. The doctor who actually did this, I think I hear has fled. We can't find her right now. But the issue we're going to focus on is on self-love and understanding why do you even go to get any kind of enlargement or reduction of your body. Why is it so rampant today? That's our conversation. Do you want to read the tweet so people understand, to place the story so people understand exactly what happened?
I think you've basically said, yeah, that's it.
So this young lady, the ex-beauty queen, she went to see a doctor to get her butt enlarged. Now, we see lots of people selling butt enlargement girdles, padded girdles, where you can actually feel, fuller at the butt, right there. But why is it so popular now? And why do we have quacks doing this? And why do people even hunger for this adjustment? I know somebody who also wants to do a liposuction. She wants to cut off all her tummy, belly fat and look very, very sexy. And I'm thinking, is it necessary?
It's social media.
Truth is,
go ahead, please.
Truth is, I grew up, from the moment I got my teens, my mom said, let me tell you one thing, you must always wear a padded bra. So there's
So you've been adjusting since
no, I mean, since I got to my teens, because we're like that in my family.
Okay.
So
Smaller here.
yeah, bigger there. So I mean, if even my mom is telling me just wear your padded bra so you look smarter and stuff. So this thing has always been. The fact that we've always been buying padded bras, I think it's just in different, because it's showing up in different forms now, then we are now getting upset and aggravated that, but the same reason why I would buy a padded bra is the same reason why I would want, a butt pad and then even ask for a permanent solution to it, which is surgery.
So you see, the worry for me though is to how far is far. Because wearing padded bra is one thing, you know, wearing body magic where you squeeze everything and they are barely breathing is another thing. But doing a surgery that can put your life at risk is another. It's like taking it. It's like taking. It's taking it too far. That's for me. It's
You
too
know,
far.
I'll do surgery
You know,
before body magic. I can't stand it.
Okay, so you know this thing with the pointed nose where MJ had to keep redoing because we're made to feel like if your nose isn't pointed, it's not pretty, and if it's pointed and it's not sharp, it's not pretty, and you keep on. You can never be perfect. I had a conference totally about self-love. If you don't love your fat self, you will not love your thin self.
So wait, it's
you
easier
won't be
said than
perfect.
done because young girls are committing suicide every day because people are calling them fat, or they're saying they're too flat in front, and these are things that determine their careers, the things that determine how far they move in life, or even how much their husband loves them. So these are reality
most beautiful
factors
makeup-
we want to consider. We must consider.
The most beautiful makeup or body work that I know I was taught is the confidence with which you carry your flat nose. I was flat for a long time, man. I married flat.
It doesn't matter anyway.
I married flat, as in nothing. The lady that sells my bras used to say to me that, your daughter came and made your life better. I didn't. I just didn't have anything to wear. I used my job to help me. So she used to laugh and said, now the sizes have changed because I had a baby and everything changed. So flat for a long time, but you see the confidence. My father just made sure. I used to have that low self-esteem because I have beautiful senior sisters. And my father kept saying to me, love yourself, see mirror, fine girl. So that's the most important makeup you need as a girl because like Tokwe said, whether you're thin, slim,
easier
fat,
said than
whatever.
done.
Personally, I don't see anything wrong with it, and I think that if it will make you a better, confident, your best self, that you should
so
go
you say
for
it's
it.
okay to do the surgeries?
Yes, it's okay to do the surgeries. I would not advise it for a child. I think a child, because we have younger and younger people doing it. So I would say to you as a child, wait until you're grown. Wait till Nima when she had a baby, and then things just popped up. You may never know.
Like a married woman. She's married and she had kids, and now she says, you know what?
I want to do a mommy
I
makeover.
want to do a full makeover.
That's what they call
lips, Botox, the lips, who add lips, and make your cheeks fuller, your breast fuller, your back fuller, the hips
Your
fuller,
waist
the whole
slimmer.
thing, and slim the waist. She wants to be the best of herself. Would you advise her to do that? Let me come to you first. Would you advise that woman to?
You know, I already said it, like people die jogging, so people might as well die doing surgery. So I think it's a personal preference thing, honestly.
Okay,
like
hold
I
on
was
a
saying that, you know, I would actually rather do surgery than wear body magic. Like I vomit. Like the only time I ever tried to do that thing, I puked. I can't wear those.
Body magic here now.
Well, when I had babies, oh my gosh, I grew to like 130 kg. So, you know, very big. So, you know.
I was big too.
Yes, so I grow so big, and at that period, they're trying to just, you know, trying to get things together. And the only day I tried to body magic, I was vomiting. I couldn't do it. So if you ask me, I'll say, you know what, surgery for me is better than that. That's torture.
Okay.
The objective again. So men don't like you big, or they don't like you slim. They don't like you flat. They don't like, for men, you do anything.
I'm not doing it for men, it's for me.
Because I know some of me.
It's for your husband.
I've lived all my life slim, and I had a baby, I became 130 kg.
It's not for husbands.
How was I supposed to
It's not
feel?
for husbands now, but for
Boyfriends.
boyfriends,
Admiration.
for men, for people to admire you. It still goes to the issue of the confidence we're talking about. I know someone who was dark-skinned, very beautiful woman, and then the husband started chiking yellow girls.
People.
This woman bought the creams. She didn't stop. We begged her forever. She didn't stop. You know what the husband did? 3 other yellowish.
So let us see how far
So
you go.
how far will you go?
Would you adjust any part of your own body
Oh, yes. I'm going to put my tummy. I need to do some small liposuction.
to add to it? Or
No,
to
no,
remove?
no, to
There's
make
nothing-
it
there's nothing
flatter.
there now.
But that's how I feel.
So you want to remove?
Yes.
You
That's
go.
how
What do you want to
I
adjust?
I'm not ready to do anything.
But if you have the money, would you adjust any part of your body?
Okay, so at a point in my life, I wanted to do my 40th birthday and wear a backless dress without any support in front. So I wanted to do, that was like
Reduction.
a fantasy for me. You know, augmentation, that you
Firm
would,
it up.
you just stand, you wear, your back is bare. You know, it was in my head, I'm saying this
Breast
fantasy.
augmentation.
Yes, and I'll have an alter neck and my back is backless, and I would not wear anything and everything would just
Just
be right.
stand.
And then if you found that there was a
Yes.
healthier way,
but-
safer way to do it,
But
would you do it?
when I started seeing all the videos of side effects, I say, okay, let me just love these twins.
But now
as
if
it is.
if it's safe,
If there's a
would you
perfect way of
prefer-
doing it,
you
yes,
will make it stand.
I'll leave that
Is there any part of
fantasy.
your body you adjust if you had to?
So I wouldn't do surgery, But however, I was shopping last week and then I saw this cream and it was from Boots. It says breast, you make it stand perky and cream, why not?
Are you for real? So
I
you
think
still have that issue
that
of
boobs.
wanting your boobs to stand. To make it
No,
perky.
yeah, I mean, so I wasn't as fortunate as her, like you have a baby and then everything transfers. No, we go back to
So, Auntie,
So
if you
why
have the
not?
money to live, don't put Islam here. If you have the money,
What
and
would
you
you
any
like to
part of your
change?
body you like to adjust.
It means you don't know me for the past 5 years.
She has to do Islam.
I ask the life of people that I'll use the money to touch. I'm telling you. I don't waste my money like
Okay,
that.
what if you're a billionaire upon a billionaire and you could
She'll
touch
touch
those
lives.
lives?
She'll
And,
just keep
oh my
touching
God.
lives. Yeah.
Seriously,
How about you, Mariah?
I mean, I think I'm similar to what Tokwe wanted. I've always had an issue with that fact that God gives you 1.5. It's not always perfect, the same shape, the same size.
Yeah.
So they're always like,
Issues.
not equal. I would like a perfectly equal
Boobs that just stand.
and stands.
No, before we go, Mariah, I don't like that new butt look, though. I don't know why they do it.
Looks
I don't like
fake,
it. It looks like they're wearing Pampers. I mean, once they find better ways to get them, maybe I will do it. But for now, I'm
But
not
most
interested.
of our celebrities do this.
Yes, and they look like they're wearing Pampers.
It's
And it's not perfect. Every small thing. My husband said Kim Kardashian. If you know the kind of surgery Kim Kardashian has done, every small thing.
She
Let me
says
take
she
Tara
hasn't
from.
done, though.
She says she hasn't done it. That's what she said.
Oh,
That's what she
Let me
said.
take this call from Redemption
But I'm
Camp.
happy you
I
said
want
it. She
Temi.
said yes.
Good morning. Thanks for calling. Are you there?
I'm there. Good
Ask me
morning.
my best behavior. Good morning.
Good morning,
Go ahead.
virtuous women in the building. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Actually, I love this topic, but we should be very true with ourselves,
Right.
most especially as the man of the house. I love busty ladies. I
Okay.
told my wife when we were courting.
Okay.
So this compared her to go for breast enlargement. Thank God she did not go for it. But what I love in women is I love them busting in this way.
Redemption
So that's
Camp.
why
This is the kind of
I
conversation
thought
I want to do. This is not the kind of comments I thought I would hear from Redemption Camp. But it's okay. Thank you, Taya.
Let's not hide the truth from ourselves.
Hey,
It's 5 years
Tayo,
of our marriage
please
now, but
continue.
thank God the year after marriage, God gave us twins, 2 girls.
Okay.
And at that time, my wife's breast became big. So that's and after the finished breastfeeding, something came down again. But it's not advisable, actually.
Thank you very much, Taya, for contributing. Yes.
Yes, I was just going to say, you know, she was saying because it's redemption camp. So even pastors, holy people,
go through these
they
things,
want,
man.
I mean, there's something that they find attractive, you know. So if you can do it, if you can buy it, if you can buy the long hair, if you can, as long as it's safe,
Right.
I don't see anything
So
wrong
let me
with
take a
it.
few. Let's go. We're going to come back. We'll take tweets and more calls.
Oh, all right.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So we have loads and loads of tweets. Please go ahead,
Yeah.
Maria.
So Temi Tokwe says, the truth is some people don't have the confidence. My advice is if it's surgery, ensure you do it right. Go for consultation and approach registered surgeons and clinic. Then SIFA Human Rights Office says, women should learn to be themselves. There's beauty in every creation of God. All we need to do is to build confidence and leverage on it. Chocolate says, body enhancement helps with self-confidence process, which differs across individual. It is not about men, but self-realization.
Engineer Rufai Raji says, I've been wondering the type of highness any man will find in himself to think of getting comfort from his mother-in-law. This is a shame. It's a big shame. It's unforgivable. That marriage is over. He says, I think people should advise folks to get this thing professionally done. She may have died because she went cheap. Don't do it if you can't afford it. Okon says, Ikechuku Joshua says, for the woman who slept with her son-in-law, she made a fatal mistake. For this man, his action is irresponsible, stupid, and shameful.
Nima.
Okay, Mama says, your view will be making me late for work this past few weeks. Love you guys, keeping it real. XA says, okay, someone is finding it difficult to contribute on the issue and is reaching out to us.
Okay, let me let you have the last word. What are your final comments on this issue of self-love and confidence? Let me let you have the last word.
I'd say confidence, like she said, is essential. And I don't know that it's exactly tied to how you look. You know, because like she said, some people then get slim and are still not confident. It's deeper. I think confidence has a lot to do with who you think you are, who you know you are. And I think people should really search, you know, deeper to gain that confidence
We're
and
not
work
here
on
objecting
it.
to body adjustments. We're not saying, we're just saying...
It's different views. We all have different
Okay,
views.
unfortunately,
really.
that's all we can take. Thank you very much for joining
Thank you
us
for
today. We hope we
having
can come
me.
back another time.
Oh, why not?
Great. So that's all we can take on the show. Today is Baba Jide Otitoju's birthday. And Joke, our makeup artist. So,
happy
Mr.
birthday.
Toju, you can join him. I think he's going to be here tonight at our journalist hangout at 5 p.m. So you can wish him a happy birthday.
having a ball.
You can send him a tweet and say happy birthday to Mr. Baba Jide Kolade Otitoju. He's head of our current affairs here in TVC. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.